For those of you who liked, disliked, hated, thought Star Wars The Last Jedi was a terrible movie and that Rian Johnson has pretty much destroyed it, then this video is for you. Okay, so I got my Blu-ray Star Wars The Last Jedi earlier in the week. And after watching it and spending a little bit of time watching a number of videos online, both on YouTube and on other channels, both in defense and in support of the claim that Star Wars has been destroyed, etc., here are my thoughts on the matter. Just before I give you them, after watching this video, whether you agree with me or not, do me a huge favour. You might hit that like icon, maybe smash that subscribe button. You know yourself, the usual. Star Wars The Last Jedi. Like I said, I've watched a few videos over the last few days on the subject. I've left some of the links below, by the way, from different creators on YouTube. Guys like Chris Stuckmann, LFM Media, Left Foot Media, Buck Theather, and a guy called Vic Barry, who I really enjoyed. He's a Cork vlogger. I want to give him a special shout out because I really enjoyed his take on Star Wars The Last Jedi, even though I totally disagree with him. They all make valid points both for and against Star Wars The Last Jedi. In my opinion, overall, I think the movie is great. I loved it. It's not perfect. A guy called Troy Leavitt, I hope I pronounced his name correctly, there's a link below, did a video recently listing 12 script changes to save The Last Jedi. 12 small but significant changes that would have made the movie better. Most of which I agree with, the script changes. The actual movie doesn't change, but the script does. And you know, you should check it out if you're interested. I agree with most of them, and I agree that the changes would possibly make the movie better, but with one small stroke large caveat. Everyone, including you watching, me making this video, are all commenting on a movie, a middle movie of a trilogy that isn't finished. And that's one of my points. It's not finished. None of us were privy to the Disney meetings. None of us know whether Rian Johnson has set up episode 9 as per instructed by Disney or J.J. Abrams. We don't know for certain whether Rian Johnson totally ignored the outline of the trilogy, or is it all part of a bigger plan? I think it is. And here's the main point of this video. I think Disney's plan is to keep us talking about Star Wars. Keep us continually talking about Star Wars. A while ago, Mark Hamill is claimed to have walked back some of his comments Rian Johnson and The Last Jedi. More recently, you had the whole line that he was done with Star Wars for good, according to some of the videos on YouTube. Bullshit, I say. I think it's part of the plan. I think after Solo comes out in May, Disney and Lucasfilm will announce, if not before, the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. And around the same time possibly, or a bit later, Mark Hamill will be back online and in interviews commenting on the Solo movie and the Kenobi announcement. By then, Ewan McGregor will be online and every interview will be commenting on his part in the Kenobi movie. Hopefully it'll be him. Mark Hamill then will be asked around this time, would he like to be back involved, or is he going to be involved in episode 9? And he'll turn the conversation towards a yes. He'll want to see it completed. And the thing about it is, even if they don't use him, and if he doesn't come back, you always have Yoda to fall back on. Yoda will be there to help train Rey if needs be, if she needs it. It's always been said in the media, there's no such thing as bad publicity. A variation on this, and this will help make my point as far as I'm concerned, the only thing worse than being talked about is not being talked about. I believe the whole Star Wars The Last Jedi divide in the fans was planned, or at least hoped for. It's why we're all still talking about it now. Solo is next. Kenobi announcement will follow that, if not before. Then Mark Hamill, Ewan McGregor will be commenting, and then we're heading for autumn time, heading into the winter. Plus, you'll have all the stars from Solo doing the press tour to help promote the movie in June, July and August. Episode 9 production will have started and will be probably almost completed. They'll be after the autumn, then they'll be gearing up for the solo DVD release, heading towards December. In the new year, then we'll bring more conversation, re-solo, possibly a sequel, behind the scenes, deleted scenes, all of that. Spring 2019, you might have Kenobi production starting, while all the while episode 9 is being worked on. And you'll have Rian Johnson's trilogy if it goes ahead. Plus, somewhere in there, you've got the talk of the TV show, all heading towards December 2019 of episode and Star Wars episode 9 and beyond. All the time, the conversation continues, which is what Disney wants. Back in 1980, when The Empire Strikes Back was released, it received mixed reviews from the critics initially, and has since gone on become the number one in most people's eyes in the Star Wars saga. I could go on and argue and support each scene or storyline in Star Wars The Last Jedi, even the Canto Bright thread, but I won't. I'll save that for a follow-up video. But just to reiterate my point, right? Disney, Lucasfilm, Rian Johnson, J.J. Abrams, all their scriptwriters, producers, executives, marketing people, all know what they're doing, in theory anyway. Meetings have taken place. Foreseeing all this controversy. Sorry, that was bad impressing. I believe Disney are into Star Wars and bought Star Wars with the long game plan in mind. $4 billion is a hell of a lot of money, and the only way they're going to make it back is in the long term. To turn a profit has to be the long term. I liked Star Wars The Last Jedi. I watched it as part of a continuing story. I think it has set up episode 9 really, really well. As for episode 9, I think we'll join it about a year down the road in the story. I think both Yoda and Luke will have either help or will help train Rey, or possibly the text. I think Snoke is dead, but will return somehow. We haven't seen the last of Benicio del Toro's character. I think he'll have a bigger part to play in the story, and I think that's what the Canto Bright sequence is all about. I reckon Kylo Ren and Rey will have a go at it, at least 2 battles, lightsaber battles. I think the Knights of Ren will be back. Rey will have a new group of young Jedi possibly helping her, or she'll be training them. I think Rey is a descendant of Obi-Wan Kenobi, possibly his granddaughter, the whole Kenobi connection. I think there'll be a bigger, more powerful Death Star of sorts in the story, and I think it'll be broken up into 3/4 threads where we'll only see our heroes together as a group twice, once at the start and once at the end. Kind of similar to the Return of the Jedi. That's my take on Star Wars The Last Jedi and what happens next. Check out some of the links below relating to this subject. They're all in the comment section below. For me, going forward, you've got the Avengers Infinity War, Solo, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Plus, there's a lot of other great movies coming out in the summer as well that I'm looking forward to. So, thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate it. If you appreciate this video, liked it, give us a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing. I only started this channel kind of recently. I'm slowly heading towards the big 100 subscribers. Even though I've been producing videos since 1996, it's only in the last year or so I've been putting myself in front of the camera, and I have to say I'm absolutely loving it. So there's lots more to come from me. Thanks for watching, and as they say in the movies, may the force be with you, and give us a thumbs up. Cheers. Thanks for watching. Take care.